Marxism 107. Money, the way we circulate capital. Besides being a convenient way for us to measure value, money is also useful as an agent of circulation for capital. This is done first by having a commodity, exchanging that commodity for money, and then exchanging that money for another commodity. We represent this as CMC. The reason why we make exchanges like this is for one reason, to obtain the utility, or use value, inherent in the other commodity. We give up the first commodity because it has no use value to us except as a way of obtaining money. Therefore, and in exchange we get the second commodity, which has use value to us. What about the money? Does the money have use value? Since we also give up the money as well? No. Therefore the money has only exchange value, just like the first commodity. However, whenever we give up the first commodity in exchange for money, we give it up to someone who sees use value in it. Overall, a person wandering through the market will have one goal: to throw away their exchange values, and find that which has the greatest use value possible to them. Let us have a closer analytical look at this process. We can divide the process into two phases: sale and purchase. In the first phase, sale, we give up a commodity for money. This phase holds within it the risk of sale below actual value, or even below the cost of production. If for example the social value of the commodity changes, like when the average labor time required to produce the commodity decreases and the price decreases, but you're still using the same old methods and taking the same old time as you did before the rest of the market changed their speed of production. Another important element to recognize in sale is that a commodity can take the form of labor. Yes, your work is a commodity. But what about before the Industrial Revolution? Before the Industrial Revolution most production was done by small manufacturers who also sold the goods themselves. Well, but after the division of labor with what we call the cottage system, where usually many women and children would manufacture goods for a single merchant, then it is the labor which becomes a commodity and is bought by the merchant whilst being sold by the workers. Another curiosity about sale is that since the commodity being sold is being exchanged for money, that requisites that the person buying the commodity previously made a sale to obtain that money, and we consequently find an endless regress of purchases of sales. Then in the second phase, the most we need to say is that this is a simultaneous act of both obtaining an item of use value to the purchaser and of sale for the other person involved in the transaction. So every single act of exchange includes both phases of the process of circulation, CMC. How then, is the circulation of capital different from pure exchange, that is, CC, as opposed to CMC? Firstly, you are not bounded in space and time. That is, you don't need to be in the same place as the person you are exchanging commodity for commodity with, because you can carry the money from the first commodity to the place where you can buy the second commodity, and you can wait as long as you wish before you make the exchange. Secondly, it makes apparent that there exists within the circulation process social relations which arise independent of the actors in question. It doesn't matter to the owners of the commodities that the other person finds use value or not in the commodities, that is, the exchange takes place regardless. Furthermore, when you exchange non-use value for use value, the circulation process proceeds indefinitely, whereas if you exchange two commodities, there need be no more exchange in the process. Once the other party receives money, that is, it is certain that the money will be used in circulation sometime in the future. Therefore, every purchase and sale are identical acts of two opposite persons, each wanting the opposite thing, one use value, the other exchange value. On the other hand, they are two opposite acts of the same person. This means that the commodity is useless until it is sold and becomes an item of utility to the buyer. Although very sale of a commodity is a partial process, that is, you can obtain money and choose the time when you convert that money back into a commodity. Sale and purchase are dependent actions, that is, the commodities depend on the money, but once money is entirely independent, only then can it switch to the other action. Thus, money is the intermediate and the medium of circulation. Money is never a commodity. Money is itself the expression of commodity circulation, and the circulation of commodities is the direct result of money circulation. So the question arises, if money is always within the sphere of circulation, how much money is present in it? The amount of money in circulation is the sum of all commodity prices, regardless of the actual value of the commodities. Also, the amount of commodity prices depends upon how many commodities are actually within circulation at any given time. But of course, each coin mediates multiple transactions, so we must divide the amount of commodity prices by the number of moves made by a piece of money in any single transaction at the given time in question. Thus we get the following equation: the sum of the prices of commodities in circulation divided by the number of moves made by a piece of money at any given time equals the quantity of money in the sphere of circulation. This is precisely why you can replace gold money with paper money. Money only reflects the process of commodity circulation, therefore changes in the circulation of money are but reflections of the change in the form of the commodities, and the stagnation of the circulation of money is when people separate purchase from sale more and more, that is, the social metabolism slows down. Therefore, the origin of stagnation can't be seen in circulation itself, the slowing down of which is just the effect of stagnation. Some early economists simply attempted to attribute stagnation to a deficiency in the amount of money in the market. Therefore, the more commodities in circulation, the more money; the less commodities in circulation, the less money. If the prices of commodities increases but the quantity decreases, then the amount of money remains the same. In general, deviations occur as a result of crises. As regards paper money, inasmuch as paper money actually circulates in place of gold money, it is subject to the laws of money circulation. It must, however, be limited to the quantity in which the gold represented by it would actually have to circulate. This much we can say about money as the agent of capital circulation.